Golly, I can't believe I
no,
just
it's like
put
we're
that
talking.
together. No, I can't believe I just put that together. Yeah. Yeah. But this is a different Mac Jones. Because, like, there was a Mac Jones back in the day that played baseball, and that's not the one I'm thinking about. Anyway, so you think Mac Jones is going to win it right now, and then Mac Jones is going to win it in 10 years? Or 10 years? In 2 months?
Yeah, that's right. No, he's extended eligibility.
It's Nick
A
Saban. What do you?
very interesting series of medical red shirts and military service. For a very grim future. No, like I say right now, my dude's just putting up a lot of the Ole Miss game helped him out tremendously, but he's completing 80% of his passes. He's halfway to 3,000. The rating is off the charts. Like we talk about the past few years, we talked about Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts and how they and Tonga Tuivaloa and how they have moved the needle so far into what a good quarterback looks like, or who you would expect to win the
Heisman.
Heisman, right? That you're having a hard time fathoming how anybody could be better than that. Not to say better, as a mechanically, not say better as in passing the eyeball test, but just looking at how the stats line up to be so efficient. And here comes along another dude, Mac Jones, who's doing it at yet another big time, highly competitive university, in a tough conference. This isn't say a singular talent running roughshod over like the American. How we used to see really good quarterbacks do it. I'm still impressed. Like I'm still shocked that, we're now on year 5 of incredibly efficient, incredibly productive quarterbacks.
Well, and that, like you make a good point about Mac Jones in that he's played a better 7 games than Tua did to start his career, which I didn't think was possible. And then you look at the numbers, and it's ridiculous. And some of this, people want to attribute to defenses are bad, nobody got to practice in the spring, preseason canceled all over the place. I'm like, I don't care. Like, we're playing, Like, Mac Jones could, for real, pass for 4,000 yards in a 10-game season. What? No. That's not what we do. Like, you lucky to get to 4,013. 10? Okay. And then you look at the defense he passed 400 yards on Georgia, which might be the second best defense in college football today. What? Like, no. And then another very interesting note going into the Big Ten this weekend, Lance Lejeune and Talia Tagovailoa, that is Tua's little brother, are in a quarterback battle to start the game in Maryland. They got Northwestern, which is a winnable game for them. Talia Tagovailoa was the dude backing up Mac Jones last year. And when Mac went in and Talia did not, he kind of figured out what it was going to be. To say nothing of Bryce Young coming in behind him, who was the number 1 quarterback to some, number 2 player overall to others. So I'm really interested to see how that goes, because Lance Lejeune was also on QB1 Beyond the Lights with Spencer Rattler. And that 2019 class coming out of New Orleans, like, you would like Lance if you heard Lance talk. Because I hope nothing has changed about Lance. Lance is from the Bayou. And Lance was running around like a dude that did not have any skilled players at all around him. So I can't wait to see what Lance might look like in a Mike Locksley offense. To say nothing, I would really like to see what Talia Tagovailoa looks like as well. So while we're here, let me address the headline. So the headline, because people hate it when I don't address the headline. Shocker there. Ryan Day's Ohio State, Dan Mullen's Florida, and Tom Herman's Texas all have this in common. Ron, do you know what that one thing is in common?
No idea. They all coach football.
All are Urban Meyer assistants. None of them have won a national championship with, as head coaches.
like I know that winning a national championship is an expectation of a head coach of a old money university, but is that something that who's expecting that out of these coaches?
Me.
Okay.
Like, I look at your talent at either one, at all of these schools, and I say, what's the holdup? Tom Herman, borrowed time. Ryan Day, this is his time. Dan Mullins, it was supposed to be your time, and then the COVID then got it under control. So days after we want to pack the swamp with 90,000 people, he get like 21 kids that test positive. Then he tests positive, and now that number's up to 36. So they can't play again this week, and they're hoping that they can play next week. But I doubt it. The thing about Dan Mullins, Florida, though, is till they lost to A&M, this is the third best team in the country. Even with a loss to A&M, like power ranking wise, it's probably the fifth best team in the country. You know, including that team that you don't want to rank because they ain't played no games.
I ain't played nobody yet.
Hey,
Literally.
Look, you right. For the next 3 days, they have not played a soul. And they will have had 40 plus practices. 40 practices before you play anybody. Yo, man, they might score 112 on Nebraska. And you don't have you don't have a eligibility rule this year, so you can play everybody as much as you want to play them. Yo, man, you gonna roll out these 4 and 5 star kids that ain't had a chance to do nothing but get beat up on by upperclassmen, and they gonna put a hurting on Nebraska. It might get bloody. I'm not kidding. Like, Justin Fields might get pulled after the first series. Who the hell knows? Because they still don't know who their backup quarterback is gonna be. But Dan Mullins' Florida was good. They just couldn't stop anybody. Now, maybe Ty Grantham would have figured some stuff out. You lose Jonathan Grenard, you lose Zabari Zuniga, you lose C.J. Henderson. You might not be very good defensively. I get it. But damn, you got an 11-point lead in a game where you score 38 and you lose? That's all your defense, dog. Meanwhile, we all know what's going on with Tom Herman, but we also get to add this. Tom Herman said earlier this week, the players have been instructed on what they are supposed to do when the Eyes of Texas are played following the end of this game this weekend. Ron, they're going to try to make these black players stand as they hear, because the band ain't there, the Eyes of Texas played. What is your position on whether or not these kids should have to do this?